All right. The wait, you don't have to wait further. The next run is about to start, which is Hotline Miami, new game plus all levels. Take it away.
So, good morning. My name is Lighten95, and I'm here with Felissa, and I'll be running Hotline Miami New Game Plus all levels. So, if I can get a countdown to start. So, Hotline Miami is a fast-paced top-down shooter game. In this game, I'm gonna basically go into a lot of levels, kill Russians, and go out. That's basically the story of the game. Right in the beginning, I already skipped one phone call. Before we go into a level, we're normally supposed to pick up the phone, but for the first level, we can just grab the mask and go our way. So I'm gonna go 10 up, select Brandon, which is the mask which I'll be using this entire run. It's NG+, so we've got all the masks to our disposal, but Brandon actually is the fastest one. He has a 30% movement speed buff, which in a speedrun, of course, helps a lot. There's one other mask which is semi-viable. It's a little bit slower in the optimized time. It's Tony. He has Killing Fist as his power-up. It's pretty good. It's safer than this mask, I'd say, and easier to learn, but if you want to go fast, you gotta end up with Brandon, at least at some time. So, this game is mostly known for being really difficult, having a really unique art style and a unique soundtrack, so chat, get your sour pleases ready for the rest of this run, I'd say.
I'll keep an eye on them.
So yeah, these first levels are really straightforward, not really much happening at all, not that difficult, and then gradually along the run the levels will get more difficult and more difficult. So most of this speedrun is you learn the route basically, and that's just the beginning, because the AIs can react in a lot of different ways, and that's really where the fun of this speedrun starts to happen. Predicting how the AI is gonna react, how it will definitely not react, etc, etc. So it's really an adaptive speedrun, I would say. Which is pretty cool, but it can also become very frustrated when they just don't want to do what you want them to do.
We've already got a bunch of sour pleases in chat. Very happy about this.
Yeah, Hotline Miami's got one banger of a soundtrack. It's got a lot of amazing synthwave. One of my favorite artists, I'm not sure if he's actually on the first soundtrack, but in Hotline 2 is Carpenter Brut. Really good stuff. So let's see, we're gonna knock down this dude, grab his weapon, kill these dudes. He got up. Come on, thank you. And he dropped the knife, that's really nice. The guy drops a random weapon and the knife really helps us out, because it's, in my opinion, the best melee weapon. You can just hold your left mouse button and do a whirlwind of death through all the Russian mobsters. And that's overdose already. So the game consists of 5 parts, each containing 4 levels. And the final level will have a miniature boss fight every time. So we just did 3 levels, 4th level coming up. So we're gonna have a mini boss fight. It really doesn't mean much, but it's just nice that it's tied in sort of mini chapters with a boss at the end. It's cool. This is one of the first level that has some difficulty. I'm gonna mesh the mask, grab this guy, gonna go for a quick triple kill over here. Let's see, I'm gonna play this safely. The guy on the couch can have really fast reaction speed and I don't wanna get baited by him, so. Going up, I want to have an assault rifle because that makes this strat a lot easier. Oh yeah, talk about this game. It's a really difficult game. It's known for being difficult, so I am gonna die. It's normal. The world record isn't deathless either, so I think I've got a pretty good excuse that I can die. So for the mini bosses on the bottom floor, I'm gonna bring the shotgun. I'm gonna shoot him 1 time, 2 times, and then I can execute him. The game only tells you can execute him after the 3rd shot, but we just do it after the 2nd. So right now we're gonna bring back the girl. You've got to spin the girl on your way back, because every spin increases your RNG by 1%. It's really important, it gets overlooked by speedrunners a lot in the beginning, but that really makes a difference between a good and a very good hotline runner. So this was part 1. And after each level you see me getting into a car. Normally the game wants you to go into a building, have a short cutscene and do some lore basically, but you can just immediately go in the car and ignore all of that. So that's what we're gonna do, because we're speedrunners. And the order in where the car appears is the same for each chapter. First level it will be on the left, then 2 times bottom, 1 time right. So right now is Tension, one of the first level, which really is... It can be really annoying to play like that guy in the bottom. He's a random roamer, so he randomly roams across that room. So he can get in really awkward places which are difficult to reach. And then again, he has a random weapon. And just because of my luck, he spawned with a double-barreled shotgun. And for some reason, double-barreled shotgun AIs have inhumane reaction speed. So that didn't really help me out, but oh well. Gonna take the knife to the 2nd floor because it makes it really nice looking and easy. Gonna just whirlwind my way through this floor. I'm gonna give a headphone warning to everyone who's not quite awake yet. There we go. Good morning. And
Good
that's
morning.
Tension. So yeah, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm playing a fast-paced, reaction-based game. This was really the best idea I've had in a long time. But we're gonna make the best out of it.
Meanwhile, carrying commentary by yourself, I was here to help out, but you seem to be doing a fine job.
Yeah, I just can't seem to stop talking. I don't know if it's sleep deprivation or nerves, but...
Could be.
Probably both, yeah. Can't wait to go to my bed, to be honest. So this is actually one of my favorite levels, Full House. It's really satisfying to go through. Plus, it has the crowbar, which objectively is one of the best melee weapons in the game. It's only in this level, sadly, so we can't really enjoy it all too much, but it's just really satisfying. The melee weapons basically have 2 characteristics: the amount of hit frames it has in a swing and the reset time for another swing to happen. And the crowbar just hits the sweet spot on both of these.
Yeah, so you'll have noticed that the knife is super fast. You can basically walk into an enemy just holding down the button and you'll probably just end up killing them. Then there's the super slow weapons like the fire axe, which hopefully we'll be seeing during this run. That's super slow, but you can just hit it once and you can just walk into a group of enemies and it'll be active for a long time. You can just instantly knock them out.
Yeah, there's some amazing weapons like the fire axe and the sledgehammer. They're amazing. The swing is super slow, but you can do really easy multi-kills because you've got an amazing amount of hit frames. It's really satisfying to use, but it's not a guaranteed drop, so it's kind of up to RNG, as there's a lot in this run. So this is clean hit. I'm gonna kill this guy, grab an Uzi, gonna bait this guy, take him hostage, and just splash through this room. And when you stand to the right of this room, for some reason the butlers don't see you or don't want to shoot you, so that's a really easy way of abusing that. Right now I'm gonna sweep this floor. Come on. Ah, look. Thank you. Bullets. So
No fire axe strats, SMH.
No fire axe strats. I've actually seen it in the tutorial. It looks really good, but I still have to practice it sometime just for the swag of it. The gun strat is faster, but there's something about the fire axe strat that just looks so damn good. Nothing more satisfying than getting a clean multi-kill.
Yeah, just 4 kills in 1 swing. That's the power of the fire axe. Although if you miss it, you're kind of screwed because they'll probably notice you.
And like the 4 guys in that bottom room, you can go there with a fire axe and just take them all out in 1 swing, which is really, really great to do, but not that comfortable with that at the moment. So this is Neighbors. This is the 4th level of this chapter, so we're gonna have a boss fight again, which is Biker, who a lot of people casually have problems with because he feels really random and at first you have no idea what to do against him. But a fellow speedrunner of mine actually really went through how he worked and made a pretty good guide on how to fight him in a really consistent manner. Shoutouts to Ehrenstein for that. Because a lot of the runners actually thought that it was all RNG, but apparently it was all in our heads. Ah, damn it. So yeah, I normally don't want to get a double barrel there. Like, I need 3 shots to kill the 2 guys and then the big guy, but let's see, double kill, okay, nice. Like, a lot of the weapon spawns on the AIs are random. Like, they're set to spawn with, for example, a melee or a ranged weapon. But then the melee or the ranged weapon can be anything. And sometimes you just get unlucky, which is kind of sad. So this is the biker fight I was talking about earlier.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, there something can happen which I don't want to jinx, so I talk about it afterwards. But what he's gonna do is he's gonna charge. Oh, whoops! I'm talking too much. He's gonna charge at us 2 times, and then afterwards he's gonna throw his cleaver at the wall, and then we can damage him. Like when you start out, you just try to instantly hit him because you can do that with all enemies, but it doesn't work like that. See, we make him stuck in the wall, then we hit him. We have to hit him 2 times, and then he dies. So I'm just gonna... This is not all too well. Oh no, this will work out. Gonna make him throw it at the top. Nah. I want to keep him near the top of the room so I have less time to walk back. So basically what can happen here is if he throws his axe really straight towards the wall, the axe will go so far into the wall that he can't retrieve it and it would glitch out the game. So instead of actually solving that problem, the developers decided, okay, if it's getting stuck so far in the wall, we're just gonna make it bounce out, make Biker go in a berserk and kill the player, because it's really the player's fault that they're not that good at programming. So that's kind of sad. There's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta try and make him throw the axe in the angle at the wall, but sometimes you just time it a little bit off and you hear this distinctive clanking noise and you just immediately shed a tear. It's not a good time.
It's a pretty good meme.
It's a good meme though, yeah. Okay, let's see. We're gonna grab the bat, do a triple kill. Okay, we're gonna grab the bat, do a triple kill. Thank you. Double kill. Let's kill this fella.
So you're noticing he's using a combination of melee and guns. The melee weapons are obviously silent, so whenever he has a chance to walk up to an enemy, that's generally kind of preferred, although sometimes he wants to lure the enemies. With every shot they have a chance to respond. I think after 6 shots they're guaranteed, but before that it can be random whether or not they want to walk towards you or not.
Come on, can you die? Okay.
That guy just survived a bullet. That can happen.
Yeah, there's like a small chance that enemies survive a bullet, and it can really throw off your routing through a level. It's one of these minor RNG things that can make this run really, really frustrating. Just like their reaction after a set amount of bullets. Like sometimes they react after the first one, other times you shoot like 6 times until they show up. So let's see.
So one other little optimization is that he's holding both the right mouse button and spamming the left mouse button. So when it's a short amount of text boxes, then you just mash the left click, and that'll advance the text boxes as fast as possible. If it's too many to skip, then it'll just automatically advance after, I think, like 2 seconds of holding right mouse button.
Something like that, yeah.
That'll also just get any cutscene or text over with. He's also abusing doors sometimes, so right there he kind of just walked into a door that was opening to reset the line of sight with the guard, so it wouldn't just instantly run at him, otherwise that would be a long distance to be running.
Come on.
That's kind of unfortunate to have to just stun that guy and walk up to him, but
Yeah.
as long as you don't die, it's generally pretty good, unless you're playing it super safe. Like, you could think the run's not going well because he's dying, but he's just taking risks. If you played it safe, this run would be pretty slow.
Come on. I need a bullet, thank you. So this is actually the only level where we do not have to kill all the AIs. After a set amount of AIs, the SWAT will raid the building and we can just leave. So we can stick to the beginning of the level, kill some dudes, and then go out. And yeah, basically the only speed tech we use is holding the right mouse button and mashing the left one, as said earlier. This game is all about reacting to the AI and just getting good at the game itself, I suppose. There's another category with a lot of skips and speed tech like that, but it's quite unanimously that this category is way more fun. Because the levels that we skip in the other category actually are some of the most fun levels. Like, we still play the bad levels and we skip the good levels, so that doesn't really sound like that much of a good idea.
Yeah, so even though this run is called all levels, there's also the hidden restriction of not being allowed to do certain level skips. Because they just completely break the game. This way you actually like finish all levels, as opposed to like exiting the level without completing it, sort of.
Yeah, the name is really old and bad actually. It's called all levels, but it should probably called all screens except for the sewer. Because the goal is that you see every screen of every level, and there's one... screen in Full House, which is a sewer where you can get an extra mask, and that's the only screen you don't have to visit, basically.
I think you should probably focus, because this screen is super hard. It took me like half an hour casually, and I think a lot of people can relate to this, because there's a lot of windows, there's a lot of roaming guards, there's dogs. Like, it's just a perfect recipe for disaster. So you have to be very careful about how you approach things, because you don't want to be caught off guard by a roamer, and you don't want to be seen through a window and just instantly shot, because these guys have good aim. Like, they just need to land one shot and you're dead.
Yeah, that floor is the bane of my Hotline career. Luckily I got a knife here, so this room becomes a lot easier. Just gonna windmill my way through here. That was not what I wanted to happen.
Can't believe you survived for that long.
Yeah, same. Like, I expected to die already. Hello? Thank you.
Oh, right there with a random drop that is the katana. Don't use it. It's bad.
Contrary to popular belief, the katana is a bad weapon and you should never use it, period.
So one thing that's kind of bad about the automatic shotgun is that the first shot will open a door, and then the delay between shots is so long that the door just closes again, so you just keep shooting the door. Whereas the twin barrel shotgun, you just shoot the door once and immediately get a second shot out to shoot the guys in the room.
Yeah, the double barrel shotgun in that case would have been amazing. You just hold left button, it shoots two really quick pellets, and you just blast anything which is behind the door. With the pump shotgun, you actually have to think and time it, which I wasn't doing, so then it looks kind of a bit awkward. So here we're at chapter 11, which is the final chapter of this part, which is Deadline. It's a 3-floor level with a boss fight.
He survived the bullet as well.
Yeah, the Silent Spizzle somehow has lower odds of killing someone, so dudes on that floor will survive a lot of bullets in general.
You also see he's making use of the lock-on mechanic, so his cursor will become red and just stick on an enemy. That can be a good thing, can also be a bad thing, because it doesn't account for the characters moving. So if you're locked onto someone who's walking like perpendicularly to you, then you're just gonna miss every shot. It's pretty terrible. So you have to be kind of selective about when you use it, and otherwise you just have to be good at aiming.
So now for the boss fight. Casually, this took me way too long, but there's an easy setup. You melee the first guy, grab a shot. Oh. There's an easy setup. You shotgun the first guy. The second guy comes out. Third guy, fourth guy. Dodge the Molotov and we're done. Normally I'd grab a melee weapon for the last two mobsters, but I kinda goofed out. But it still ended up pretty decently. So this was part 3. Now we're gonna go to the really out of place level for this one, I say, which is Trauma, right after a really weird cutscene, which tries to infuse some lore in this game. So part 4, Connections. We're getting back to our home, which normally never happens. We walk in, we see our dude in a red mask. He shoots us, but we're able to revive somehow. We see our body. We talk to ourselves in a chicken mask. We walk out. We see ourselves in a hospital bed and our mind is blown. 10 out of 10 story.
It's wonderful.
So the story actually is about American nationalism, if I believe, but there are like dozens of YouTube videos trying to find a deeper meaning behind it. So right now, this sort of is the puzzle level, I guess. I'm gonna mash left mouse button and get through this dialogue. And now we're gonna escape the hospital with a little bit of a messy camera and some noise in our walking, because we just got out of the hospital bed and we've got a severe concussion. So we've gotta dodge these doctors and just escape the hospital. Let's see. There we go. Should be good. Thank you. And I got caught. It's literally impossible not to get caught at least once during a run. No one's ever done that. So, and there we go. That was Trauma. It's really takes the rhythm out of the game. It's not difficult either. I don't know. I really don't like it. So right now we're gonna go back to our home. We find our apartment ravaged, and we're gonna make a plan to come back at the people who did this to us. So basically the guy who shot us with the red mask, he's in the police office, and we're gonna try and get some information from him right after we get back our clothes. So right now is probably the nastiest level of the entire run, and casually Assault. It's got one banger of a soundtrack, but there's so much bad RNG and random AIs. It's really not a good thing.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of cops roaming this place. The only melee weapon you'll get here is the baton. It's not terrible, but it's not the best melee weapon you can get.
Come on.
Oh yeah, and if you walk through one of those detectors with a gun, then it'll go off and people will go towards that place. So you can use that to lure them. If you're not aware of the mechanic, then it can easily bite you in the butts, because they'll suddenly just come running at you. And I certainly didn't realize it was because I was holding a gun, so that was kind of troublesome. So right there, I kind of just shot one of the big guys, and just ignore them, because the big guy is going just places, and he'll eventually bleed out.
Oh, I didn't have any bullets. Wow, rip. So yeah, the big guys, they just bleed out after a certain amount of time after you hit them. The more bullets, the faster they'll bleed out. Okay, that was not what I wanted to do there, but it'll work. Let's get the baton already. Where it is. There we go. Okay, that's kind of awkward for me then. Because now I've got to go back and grab the baton again because I really need it for the last floor. So let's see.
Yeah, so this part is kind of interesting because you have this big guy shooting his Uzi at you. You have to be careful. If you stand still there, he'll just kill you. But thankfully, just a good shot will take him out. Even if you don't get the insta-kill, you'll make him bleed out eventually.
Oh, come on, dude.
Okay.
That's so troll. Hello? So yeah, we try to aim as much of our bullets at the big guy as possible to make him bleed out. Hello, can you die? Come on, dude.
Yeah, so the more bullets hitting him, the faster he'll bleed out. Which is good because then that'll clear the way to kill the other guys.
I love this level.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Like, especially these roaming dudes in the bottom left corner. There are just some positions like that when he goes to the far bottom left, and there's not much I can do about that. Thank you. So I'm just gonna take it a little bit more slower and safer now because I've messed this up enough already. Let's see. There we go. So why I try to do this as fast as possible is because we're gonna kill this guy through the wall, which is called Richter skip. And if I do it fast enough, I can get it for a cycle. And now I have to wait a bit till I do this. So what this skips is normally you would have to get a key. Come on. Come out. Hello.
Oh my god.
See me, please. Thank you.
You know, the game says enemies are predictable, but I beg to differ.
Yeah, they're really not, to be honest. Okay, so I'm really glad that assault is finally over. But what you do with Richter skip, normally you would have to get a key, walk all the way around the cell, open his cell, kill him there, go all the way back, get these documents, which is really, really slow, just like this assault basically was, but I still managed to showcase the skip, so that's something. So now we've got the most difficult level out of the way, I'd say. Now it's time for vengeance.
Amy, you did hot and heavy earlier. I'd say you were safe for a while.
Yeah, right now I think the most difficult parts are done with, except for this level
God.
maybe.
I forgot about this screen. Never mind. So this is just like a huge open room. There is the car in the way, which I believe they can see through that, but they can see through the the ribbons that are.
Yeah, the vision around
it.
this car is really weird. And also, note that we're on the second floor and there's a monster truck that got there somehow.
Don't worry about it.
The weird ways Russian mobsters will go to show their wealth. So there are two guys up there. Got him. Gonna go through this room, shoot one at the opposite side, and execute his boss. So I can't look away for this cutscene, so children, close your eyes. This is really bloody pixel action.
Yeah, it's a bit excessive. Also,
Yeah.
it has pretty strong fists.
I think the main antagonist has some anger issues, but I'm not sure. So this is Vengeance, and now we're coming to the pseudo final level of the run, but there's still an epilogue afterwards. But this is the final level of the Jacket storyline, which is the character we're playing right now. We found some documents in the police building which led us to Vengeance, and Vengeance told us to go here to defeat this mafia boss who apparently is behind everything that's done to us so far. So there we go.
So I believe that's a guaranteed double shotgun drop, so you just pretty much have to waste both of your shots on him.
Yeah, you execute the first guy, he drops the double barrel, then you have one shot for both of the big guys.
So this stretch, you kind of just have to go for it. If you try to play it safe, it just doesn't work out. You just have to stand there, shoot him, or throw your stuff right at his face.
When I'm playing casually, I had no idea what to do, but apparently the best strat is to just go in there and do it.
Pretty much.
So right now we're at this old man and we're talking with him, and I hear a really loud bang. I don't know what happened. I think he spilled his spaghetti. I don't know what happened there. So we're gonna smoke a nice cigarette after our quest is finally done. And we think the game is over, but there's gonna be an epilogue afterwards, so easy on the time. Gonna look at this really long and meaningful cutscene. Right as the screen fades, I'm gonna escape and we're gonna go to the final part.
Yeah, so basically the mask selection at this point doesn't matter anymore because you can't select a mask. Which is kind of a shame because running 30% faster is pretty useful. But instead we do get another unique mechanic, which is the throwing knives. So you'll see that soon enough. It's a pretty hard thing to manage, I found casually. But it's all routed out, like which guys you throw your knife at, and then hopefully you don't miss. Otherwise, good luck.
Yeah, Biker actually really is a fun character. He has got a bit more movement. Oh, that's shot me through the wall. I forgot he got shot through that wall as well.
Yeah, so the yellow walls you can shoot through, which only happens to like a few different chapters, like not many at all. I don't know the exact number.
Yeah, there's in Overdose, there's one we can shoot. Come on, don't troll me like that. In Overdose, we can shoot through the wall, and then there's a level where we play. Come on, there's a level where we play as Biker where we can shoot through the wall as well, but Biker can't pick up guns, so that's not really all that useful for us. Okay, kinda need to stop talking for a bit.
Yeah, so if the guy is looking at you when you walk into the room, you're just pretty much dead. Like, they respond so quickly. But if they're just kind of like walking around or doing whatever, then sometimes there's a chance you can sneak up on them. Well, not much sneak up on them, just like walk straight at them and kill them.
So this is the final real level coming up, which is Fun and Games, which is a really fun level, I'm gonna say. Let's see, gonna kill this dude, bait the right dude, go all the way to the top, kill him, kill them, Kobe. Don't troll me. Come on, don't troll me. Thank you.
So this grenade I also found to be quite difficult because in the room down below there's a bunch of guys. They're pretty far away, you can't walk up to them. And obviously you can't just pick up a gun to get them. So you pretty much just have to go around. And there's also a guy down there with a gun, so even if you were to sneak up on those guys, the guy with the gun would just kill you. So you have to go around, and then windows can also be useful, like that.
Casually I had a lot of problems running this level, but
Yeah,
ever since I started speedrunning, I think it's one of the most fun levels, to be honest. I just really like Biker as a character, and it's really sad that we only get to see him for like 1.5 level, if you count safe house as a half one instead of a full one, because it's just one short screen. So right now we're gonna go to a fight we've seen earlier in the run where Jacket fought Biker, but we're in an alternate reality or an alternate timeline right now, and we're actually gonna win the fight. And I'm gonna attempt to do a thing called prank call skip, which is basically us glitching through a wall. So I'm gonna go to the computer, Jacket will walk in, I'm gonna pan to the left, kill him, and then using the execution animation, I'm gonna glitch through the wall. So I'm gonna put him there, perpendicular to the wall.
Very nice.
And we're done.
So yeah, it's a pretty simple skip, but it skips having to walk all the way back around.
Yeah.
And since Biker is kind of slow, that's just pointless.
Yeah, Biker is a bit faster than Jacket, but he's got nothing on Brandon, so...
Brennan's our boy.
Okay, so time's coming up really quickly after I just meshed some dialogue in this level. So I'm gonna go in the sewer, we're gonna talk to the 2 janitors, and they're gonna explain what they were doing and why. And I'm gonna kill them, because heck these guys. And when I hit the bike upstairs, that's when it's time. So 3, 2, 1, time.
Hey, sub 30.
Alright, I managed to get below estimate, which
3 seconds. Oh my
2
goodness.
seconds, but I did. I'm kind of content about the run, I suppose. I really haven't had that much sleep, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning here.
Mistakes are bound to happen, just in general in this game, so sub 30 is like a very nice milestone to hit.
Yeah, apparently running a action-paced, fast reaction-based shooter at 5 o'clock in the morning without sleep isn't that good of an idea, but I managed to pull through. I hoped I was able to display the game to some nice degree. Hope you enjoyed the music, just the gameplay overall, and yeah, thanks for having me, and I'm gonna go to my bed and catch some well-needed sleep.
Yeah, sadly that donation incentive for the glitch expedition did not get met. Anyway, we're gonna go run a quick ad right now, and we'll be back soon with some Link, The Faces of Evil by Gruntmeister.